I am the Doctor, this is my section. Earth is under my protection. Planet of birth is Gallifrey. I've got 2 hearts, your life is saved. Run into the Master Raw Missy. Come on, Alonzo. Alonzi. I am a Time Lord. No, I'm not rich. 12 bodies a man. Now it's time for a switch. Don't look like that. I'm in great health. You were expecting someone else? Regeneration. Oh, such fun. When I say run, run, run. What's up, my boy? Peace and sanity. Sorry, mustache. Reverse the polarity. Sometimes I'm north, but always a limey, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Jump in the TARDIS, go for a ride, it's bigger on the inside. Exploring all of time and space, oh, what's that? Exterminate.
Cyberman, a Daleks, maybe.
Would you like a jelly baby? Time's ticking, we'd best go, a new adventure, Geronimo! I am fantastic, so are you, best come with me, I'm Doctor Who. Welcome to a brand new episode of D4WH. Woohoo! I am your host. I always dress for the occasion. I'm Adam O'Sullivan, joined as always by my co-host. Do that again. It's Nicchia Schutt.
Really? You want me to do that again?
Do it again, Nicchia. Do it again.
I've got a cramp in my leg now.
Oh, okay, right.
I cannot do it again.
How are you?
I'm good. So you're always dressed for success.
Dressed for success, that's right. Yeah, that's why I've been so successful.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. It's the clothes.
You are hitting the heights of, I don't know what it is.
Maybe I should stop hitting people.
Yeah.
That's probably why I haven't succeeded, yeah.
Soaring among the clouds. That's what I like about you. Normally it's just you and I in here, Adam.
That's right.
I'm feeling a little claustrophobic because it's a little crowded.
We have hundreds of people in here.
Hundreds for the 100th episode.
We are 100% against COVID restrictions.
COVID schmoven.
Stop licking me, okay? We'll get to it later.
You're so tasty.
Hang on.
Nothing like coughing on people. Oh, I can't wait till that kink comes back. Coughing on people. Please welcome back to the show 2 of our favourite guests. It's the food wanker, Beck Buckingham.
Buenos dias, muchachos.
And the awkward charmer, Chris Martin.
It's me.
Yeah, we did it, guys. We did it.
That was awkward.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back. In your face, Scott Driscoll.
This should match you with the amount of time Scott Driscoll's been on the show.
Yeah, and I've cut his brake line, so he'll never be back.
Chris, don't commit murder. Don't commit murder, dude.
Sorry, Scott.
World's dumbest criminals.
And Beck, have you murdered anyone to be on the podcast?
I come on podcasts and tell people my crime.
It's a new true crime podcast where you just do crimes and then go on and talk about them.
Don't walk home late tomorrow night, Mr. Hank Johnson. I mean, stop.
Oh, Hank Johnson listened to the podcast late. He missed it and he was murdered.
Oh, and I like that because then it builds our audience getting on there really quickly to see if you're going to kill them.
Yeah.
Love it.
We can call it, Is It You? How are you both doing?
Very well, thank you. I'm perched here on Nicchia's lap, just because there's not much room in the room, but I'm good with that.
That's why you do a podcast together, because you felt like as long as you're always hanging out on her lap, you might as well just record it.
Exactly.
Yeah, excellent.
And then we only have to use the one mic.
Fans only.
We like that.
Oh, only fans.
Touching me. Oh, only fans only.
And Chris, how have you been?
I've been. Life's been pretty good since the last time I've been on.
Be horrible if you came on like, well, my life has been shit.
Oh, so bad.
So horrific.
Plane crash into my house. No, it's been good. I've been busy performing and doing comedy and with Big Fork stuff. And
you have been busy. Big Fork's been very busy, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's true.
Very,
and trying to get back in and where do we go from here kind of things.
Yeah.
And got some exciting news, which the world will share.
I can't reveal it on this pod. No.
Are you pregnant?
I am pregnant with a fork.
Oh, a big fork.
Muzzle top.
The actual first big fork. That's going to lead comedy.
And you're going to give birth on stage, is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
We're all improvising, and that's what.
It's going to be awful. It's a 3-pronged fork coming through my penis. It's going to be doctors. Say it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
It's such a Kardashian move that you're pulling there, giving birth on stage,
As a man.
Yeah.
As a man.
Chris, I'm sorry your baby is dead. Maybe don't have a bunch of improvisers as your doctors. Fantastic. Well, before we get into this episode, let's give it a D-whirl with Doctor Who in real life. Big Finish is now in the Guinness World Records.
Wow.
On the 20th of April 2021, Big Finish Productions was awarded the Guinness World Record for longest running science fiction audio play series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what was what was second?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, it was made up for them.
What's Big Finish?
Big Finish is the audio version of Doctor Who stories. So they actually bring in the past Doctors and create new companions and all sorts of stuff. And they do audio plays, and they're actually really, really good. They're really well done. So you can, if you happen to like Tom Baker, you can listen to stories with him and
fantastic.
the different companions and all that.
Do you listen to them too?
I'm absolutely obsessed at the moment with the 8th Doctor ones, and we're watching the 8th Doctor's very first appearance now. But his big finishes are fabulous.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Amazing.
Well, congratulations,
Is it just me
Doctor Who.
that sounds like porn?
The Big Finish, yeah.
The Big
totally.
Finish, the 8th Doctor's Big Finish. You're just watching it at the moment. It's like
Well, what porn are you watching? You're watching just the end where the guy goes,
the usual
"Whoa!"
type of porn.
Look, it's
I'm
fine.
not an animal.
It's fine. It's not just the 8th Doctor, but the 5th, 6th, 7th,
the middleman.
and 8th Doctors.
My microphone's, my thing's kind of all over the place.
I heard my things all over the place.
Yeah,
I looked
yeah.
up and went, "Oh God, what's up?"
Yeah.
And that's why we're talking about
guys,
Big
it's the Big Finish.
Yeah. I can't wait till the end of this podcast.
Have you not seen a Big Finish where their thing is all over the place? Because,
I think it's pretty stock standard.
Yeah. So Big Finish.
hang on, I would like to see like a compilation of whoa.
We all
Why?
would.
Why? Wait, yeah. Why is
Darling,
it called
we
the Big
all would.
Finish?
That's I have not prepared that. I don't know why it's called Big Finish.
No.
Oh, so you're going to talk about it?
No.
And you didn't realize that question was going to creep.
No, because we just normally talk about Big Finish. We've never thought this is why we have you on the podcast, because you ask the big questions.
Wow, what could it mean? Why is it Big Finish? Is it a reference to something a Doctor's done in the past?
Well, you have to have left the TV show when you get on it to be on it. So it's they've had the Big Finish and now they've got the audio. I don't know. I just made that shit up.
Well, I
But,
think you nailed it.
yeah, I nailed it.
Oh, actually, it's all the Doctors that have left the show and done porn.
Yeah.
And they've
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
That's a very niche market.
Yeah.
They've all done it.
Yeah.
Apparently, you go from Doctor Who to porn and then onto Big Finish. It's
Hey,
crazy.
They were young and they
Needed
were
the money.
They were addicted to drugs.
Well, I've just looked it up, and the name of the company was taken from the episode The Big Finish of the 1989 to 1993 ITV series Press Gang.
Oh, really?
So there you go.
From
That's
the Stephen Moffat TV series.
Don't read that and go, there you go. That doesn't explain anything.
I don't know what any of that means either, but I assume somebody listening to this might.
Okay, so Stephen Moffat wrote Press Gang.
He did, yeah.
He did.
Wow.
Because my daughter used to watch
I remember that name from doing podcasts with you guys.
Yes,
Steve Moffat. He was one of the
Steve Moffat.
writers.
Yeah.
And then there's Mr. Chernobyl. No,
Mr.
Mr. T.
Chernobyl. Chernobyl?
Chibnall.
Chibnall. That's it.
Mr. Chernobyl, as we call him.
Mr. Chernobyl. Oh, how do you do?
Mr. Chinook, it's welcome to have you back to blow everything up.
Oh, poor old Mr. Chernobyl. It didn't turn out well for him. I watched his Big Finish. It was weird.
Have you seen the news, Mr. Chernobyl? Why? What's going on? I don't understand. Well, you might want to change your name. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, dear.
Big Finish has done 275 monthly installments of the Doctor Who monthly adventures, which have been running since 1999 and have featured the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and, Doctors, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They're amazing. And we've got the 10th Doctor there now. Mm-hmm. And Matt Smith, get on there.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'm waiting for
the
Matt
9th
Smith.
Doctor's doing
He's
stuff.
yet to start porn, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you know.
A few more years.
He's played Prince Philip in The Crown, so maybe he feels it's distasteful
Really?
to go off and do porn.
Whereas, ironically, if you look at the history of the royal family,
to be fair, he is now on a prequel series of Game of Thrones, so it's basically like doing porn.
There
so,
you go.
Yeah.
There it is.
I've just started. I am very late to the game, but I have just started on Game of Thrones. And
What?
halfway through the
Really?
first episode, I was completely lost.
It took me.
It does not bode well.
Try reading the fucking books.
It took me 4 episodes to really then just get addicted, and that was it.
Oh.
I loved it. But yeah, there's a lot of lot of nudity, but it's nice and balanced because you get boy nudity as well. So you get some wangers as well as
Nothing like a couple of wangers.
Come over for a barbecue, fry some wangers.
Sangers and wangers, we like to call it.
Sangers and wangers. Who's your favourite doctor now, Madam? Who's your favourite doctor?
Who's my favourite doctor, Madam?
Yeah, who's your favourite doctor? And Dr. Madam.
Oh, you said Adam. I thought you said, who's your favourite...
Madam.
I thought you said, who's your favourite doctor / madam? As in, now it's a woman. It's like, well, we can't call it a doctor. We have to call
very
it
feminine
madam.
haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was calling you madam.
Oh,
So did I.
Right, well, you ran
What an
that way.
insult. Who's your favourite doctor?
Madam. Hey, at least you were formal about it. That's amazing.
Milady.
Dr. Dickhead. Who's your favourite doctor? Professor Wankstay. Still David Tennant. Yeah.
That's right, because I was watching, that's why I brought up, I was watching Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire the other day.
Yeah, he's in there.
And he was there. And it blew my mind because you never realise how active the actors in Doctor Who actually are until you go back and watch something and go, he's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Well, they're in Doctor Who.
It's incredible. And I always think I know what they're in, and then I'll watch something and go, oh, hang on. I watched Frost, one of those the other day just because nothing else was on. And Christopher Eccleston was in it, and he was I don't know, he looked like he was 12. He was probably 20.
Has he done porn?
Oh, probably.
Oh, he can fucking complain about it, though. Jesus.
I did not like the cut of his jib. He was in he was the first episode you ever made me watch, and I thought he was mean-spirited. But I'd still watch his porn.
Yeah.
Well, if this movie we're going to watch has anything to say about it, there'll be those Tin Men in it. That seems to be my theme. Cybermen! Every episode you've ever made me watch has a Cyberman in it somewhere.
Pretty much. We made you watch Fast.
It's the only villain I've ever seen, and I'm like...
So Beck's only watched shit episodes. You've only watched Cybermen.
Yeah.
Today's going to suck balls.
Yeah.
I only get the shitty episodes, so every time...
so it's going to be a shitty Cyberman movie.
Why do you think we're getting drunk to do it?
Fingers crossed.
It seems that the record longest running science fiction audio play series, try saying that 3 times fast, was made specifically for Big Finish, as I'm not sure who else would even have a chance at taking the record. So it joins a long list of very specific Guinness World Records like Donald Gorski. Do you know who he is, Chris?
Donald
Is he the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? No, okay.
Isn't that the guy you love?
Tom Brady,
Brady.
but I was thinking about Gronkowski.
Oh, okay. He holds the records for the most Big Mac burgers eaten in a lifetime, which is why I thought you might know.
Ooh, what a champion!
In a
that was very
lifetime.
Oh wait, was he in the Super Size Me?
Yeah,
was he the guy he interviewed? He's like he has like long hair
and stuff.
Yeah.
He proposed to his wife in a McDonald's.
All right, well that's all right. Let's separate your favorite meal from your favorite person for 10 seconds.
The most Big Macs in a lifetime.
He eats about 2 a day.
So is he dead?
No, he isn't, surprisingly.
But that annoys me because you should be able to separate your favorite sandwich from other things in your life.
Yeah.
Like, I like Big Macs, but I'm not going to be like, all right, when I propose, there's going to be Big Mac that floats out of the air. I mean, no, I'm just...
Big Mac floats down to the air.
floats out, it's going to ring it. No, I'll go on a nice date and do it. And like Big McDonald's is just another part of my
But
life.
then you'll serve McDonald's afterwards, correct?
Yeah.
And so if you were a Whovian, you would get that every big moment of my life will have something Doctor Who in it, right?
But for that one specific moment, it's not going to have that.
so that's why I bought a tartar bedspread, so that when Dave has his big finish, I can look down and see Doctor Who.
But yeah, he eats a couple of Big Macs a day. But the worst thing for me is that he doesn't go and order them every day. He goes in at the start of the week, orders all of the burgers for the week, puts them in the freezer, and then microwaves them whenever he wants one.
No, that doesn't count.
Oh, that's gross.
They would be shit.
Yeah. But
I mean, they're already shit, but that would make them just a bit shitter.
And I think in Super Size Me, they have the story where he's like, one was in his car, and it was there for a while, and then he found it, and he's like, and ate it.
Oh.
And it's like, no, seriously, how are you not dead?
He's the easiest subject any doctor's ever dealt with. They're like, oh, well, your liver's failing. I wonder what I've eaten 25,000 Big Macs in my life. Well, that's it. All right.
Close. In 2018, he recorded his 30,000th Big Mac.
What?
Yeah. 30,000.
So I'm not a McDonald's fan.
Yeah.
I know people are, but I'm not. McDonald's to me smells like wet dog, and I don't want to
And
eat.
you love to eat wet dog, don't you?
There's nothing I like more than a
Are
wet
they from the
schnauzer.
same shop?
Pretty much, yeah. He has a McDonald's nearby, but
So he's never travelled overseas, experienced that sort of
I don't
stuff.
know that, but if he did travel overseas, he would find a McDonald's to get a Big Mac from.
And he really just loves Big Macs.
Apparently, there's only been 8 days throughout his entire life where he hasn't eaten a Big Mac.
Is he like?
Well, since he started.
Does he have to be pulled out of his house in a cherry picker? Or?
No, he is super thin though. He's super
Yeah.
thin.
In the
Really?
documentary, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a truck driver.
Yeah.
God. All right.
Kind of looks like a truck driver.
Yeah,
A
truck
skinny,
driver
a skinny
really loves
truck
Big
driver.
Macs.
Yeah.
Yep, and hopped up on goofballs.
He's thin. Oh, kind of looks like a truck driver.
Yeah, I realised what I just said after.
If a truck driver looked like a pedophile, then yeah, he definitely looks like a truck driver.
So
Well,
why are you
at
bringing
least
him
all
up?
the
He's
truck
like got
drivers.
some connection to Doctor
No,
Who?
he's got a Guinness World Record that is like basically specifically tailored to him.
Oh.
Like the Big Finish one. It's like nobody else is going for, I'm going to eat the most Big Macs in my life. Nobody's like, oh, I can't wait to beat that one.
I'm sure there's a dude at like World Records who has to like type in the things.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I never thought I'd have to type this in. Like, most burps for an hour. Come on,
Yeah,
you sick
Jesus.
freak.
The other very...
Longest fart.
Oh, just go to the bathroom.
Probably the guy who ate 30,000 Big Macs.
And then farted for 3 years. It's like,
Imagine
still
though
going.
that you're the guy from Guinness Book of Records and you've got to get on a plane and fly to the other side of the world to watch a guy do the longest fart in the world. And it's like, what are you
You got a
here
little
for?
stopwatch
And
You have
and
to...
a peg.
Yeah. Then he killed himself.
They do not pay me enough for this shit.
The other specific world record I found was most apples held in own mouth and cut by chainsaw in 1 minute.
Okay, that's specific, isn't it?
The Guinness World Records isn't like, I wonder who's going to beat this one.
Oh my lord!
And yet, I found at least 3 different people who've held that record.
Wait.
Well,
so
they'd be 2 people
they
that hated
hold
the
apples
first
in their
person.
mouth, then cut them with a chainsaw?
Yeah, so they hold the apple in their mouth and cut it with a chainsaw.
Oh my!
Wait, while it's still in the
While
mouth?
it's still in their mouth, yes.
Oh, man.
How many failed attempts are out there, liplessly wandering around?
no, they'd
man.
have big lips. They'd have really big lips.
That's why there's no second prize.
I could have been a contender.
That's
the
right. I cut my chin off with a chainsaw.
Like-
Trying to cut apples in my mouth, and you want to work for my company? Yep.
What, you don't think I could do that? I don't need to say, no.
That's it.
I cut my face off.
I started with
Do you guys have good health care? Like, no, we're not.
No, we don't have any healthcare. Like, I might be fucked. Can you call an ambulance, please?
And what's your apple situation in the washroom like?
Get out! Take your jaw with you.
Can I degrease my chainsaw? You can't do any of this.
The first person to hold the record was London performer Johnny Strange, who held the record in 2013 with 8 apples. Then in 2017, the record was broken.
He had 8 apples in his mouth.
No, you do it one by one. So
Oh,
you
God,
apple,
I thought he put 8
Because
fucking
that
apples.
you think that'd be a
Okay, that's what I thought. You had like. It makes more sense to do it how he did it.
But that would be easy.
Because if I did it, you put.
Because only one of the apples is going to be in your mouth, and then most of the other apples are not going to be in your mouth. So you're basically just cutting apples with a chainsaw until you're like, fuck, and then you're like, no, I don't know. Just,
All right, because my head, if you put me in a room and said, cut as many apples in your mouth with a chainsaw, they'd be like, why'd he die? He had 6 in there.
you just swallow them.
poking it in like a toothbrush.
You just swallow them and then cut them on your tray. Like, I just cut my head off.
Oh, you'd cut your nose off.
But his name was Johnny Strange.
Johnny Strange.
Yes,
That's a great
it was. Yeah.
I'm sure he was born with that name too. No. And then 2017, the record was broken in Sydney, Australia by Chain Holtgren, which is not a great name.
Chain Hockram.
Chain Holtgren with 21 apples. It's spelled Chayne.
That'd be Shane.
Shane.
That'd be a bogan
Oh.
way of spelling Shane.
Shane.
It doesn't make sense why you'd
Shania.
stop. It doesn't seem like if you did one, you
Yeah.
can keep going.
No, you've only got a minute.
Oh, it's in a minute.
It's in a minute, yeah, it's very
Okay.
specific.
That's a separate world record is how
Otherwise-
many,
Oh yeah.
or you could do it
Otherwise,
in the
someone
minute.
would still be doing it today.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my life.
The only way I stop is if I die.
Because what you really need when you're holding a chainsaw close to your face is the pressure of a time limit, isn't it? That's what we need.
Yeah.
We need that.
Well, the current record as of November 30th, 2020 is held by Chinese acrobat Wang Li, who achieved 28 apples, or about one every 2 seconds.
Wow. Now, do you think he wanted to do it or his government made him?
I don't know. There's a picture of him doing it.
I reckon they hold the chainsaw like
He's
support
got
it
it in
and
his
then.
hands like normal.
Oh,
There's a
really?
picture- there's a picture on the actual website, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, look, we'll give it a go later. We'll
Yeah.
try. We'll
Yeah.
That's what we're
workshop
going to
it
do
later.
later. Yeah. We've
Workshop
got a
it
chainsaw ready.
Once we've got a few drinks in us, it'll be easy.
Yeah, you've got like one of those electric carving knives. We'll start small and we'll
Start
just work
little.
our way up.
Hey, do you want to be on D4WH? No, that's fine. Well, did you hear what happened to Chris Martin? Yeah, he died mysteriously. That's because he was on a D4. That's why he didn't go on D4WH. Oh, fuck.
Hank Johnson couldn't be happier.
All right, today is a very special episode. It's our 100th episode of D4WH.
Woo!
And as constantly teased and promised, we are going to get drunk.
Yeah, I'm starting now.
So this might end up being a very loose episode. We are going to watch the 1996 Doctor Who movie, which is one of the most 90s things that has ever 90s.
It is so 90s.
Written by Matthew Jacobs and directed by Jeffrey Sachs, originally aired on CITV in Edmonton, Alberta on Sunday, May 12th, 1996. It was then broadcast on the Fox network in the US on Tuesday, May 14th, before finally being screened on the BBC on Monday, May 27th, 1996. So it was a great primetime viewing there, a Monday, a Tuesday, and a Sunday.
Yeah, and it was made by it was more American than Canadian, yeah. More American money, I believe.
Did you either of you know that there was a Doctor Who movie?
Nope.
I found out when you said, "Hey, can you come on for
Yeah,
our
yeah.
100th episode and we'll watch the Doctor Who movie?" And I went,
Who was
what is
the
that?
doctor?
thing.
Paul
the
McGann.
The 8th Doctor, Paul McGann,
They had a brand new Doctor.
who I love, but later.
All right. So yeah, we've already started, but we've had a couple of drinks, but we're going to go off, have some drinks, watch this movie, and we're going to come back.
Do you want to do the synopsis first?
Oh, we can do. We start off as all we do is a short synopsis.
Yeah.
The Doctor. Well, these guys haven't seen it, so it might ruin it for them. Let's go in
Let's
fresh.
go.
Let's go
All
in
right,
fresh.
let's go.
Sorry.
All right, let's go. We'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
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 Dun, dun, dun. Well, welcome to the D4WH. I am your host, Adam O'Sullivan, and we're back. We're drunk as fuck. Nicchia, how many drinks have you had?
Look, I have a pint glass of champagne.
Another pint glass of champagne. Holy fuck.
Because I can't find my champagne flutes. But I think a pint glass is a good indication.
Of how fucking slashed you are.
Yeah, well, just of my level of sophistication in society.
It's
Beck.
efficient. It's efficient too. It's just jamming it all in.
I could have been licking it out of a gutter, but I put it in a pint glass.
Beck, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked are you?
I was thinking earlier about the terms that we use when
So
we're
pretty fucked then.
when we get drunk in different
Yeah.
countries, and tonight I've decided to be absolutely rat-faced.
Ooh, Chris, what are we doing over here?
I am 5. 5. I am 5.
Could you say that a little deeper, Chris?
Oh, hello.
Number 5.
Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, get me pregnant.
I'm drinking a grenadine.
Yeah, so I've made everyone a cocktail. Only Chris and I are drinking it. I think Chris is drinking it only under because he's scared
Because
of me.
I'm nice.
He's nice.
Whereas we are bitches.
Nicchia was like, "That's rat shit," and then Beck was like, "Oh yeah, that's also rat shit."
Not on my watch.
It's like someone melted down a Zupa Duper, then added shit to it.
I shall tell you
It's
that it
quite
is
sweet.
called the Blue Death.
It's interesting that you think it's too sweet because it has no sugar lemonade in it.
Yet I'm getting diabetes.
Yeah.
It has lemonade. It has grenadine. It has
I don't give a shit.
blue curacao. And it
I
has
don't care what's in your fucking
and it
Blue
has
Death
vodka
cocktail.
with grapefruit and rose.
I
Rose.
still
Rose.
don't care.
Okay. Anyway.
Rose from Titanic.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to drink 3 of these motherfuckers. All right. We are back. We are hammered as fuck.
Yeah.
We've had pizza.
Oh, yuck.
And what else we had? We ate pretty much an entire box of chocolates. Meanwhile,
ate
we
chips.
looked at each other and went, can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah,
Can't
we
believe
ate
I'm
we
doing
ate
this.
chips.
We ate chips.
We drank beer, champagne,
Did
banana
we drink- I don't remember
daiquiris.
beer.
Oh, well, they
We had
drank
beer.
I
We
had a beer.
No.
I had a few beers.
And now you're just washing
The
that
blue
down
death.
with that little blue drink.
Yeah.
Well, my stomach was like, hey, well, let's get the party really started.
Yeah. Excuse me, what are you drinking, madam?
I'm sorry, if your vomit is not Technicolor, what's the fucking point?
Hey, madam, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking your jizz.
Oh,
All right.
That's what we could have drunk after. Well, not.
No,
I hope not.
I am-
Oh, Jesus Christ,
I am-
this is a completely different podcast.
I'm not drinking jizz.
Podcast. I don't know, I fucked him in front of Dave.
After the
And,
after watching the movie.
I want to know whose jizz are you drinking? What?
Oh my God. Becca's gone bright red.
Oh my god. Oh.
She's such a tortured little soul.
I can see that.
She hears the word
Thank you.
jizz and she turns bright red.
I can see that, but thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Shall we
gentlemen.
mix?
What's this I have here in my glass?
Jizz wine.
Creamy and delicious.
Fermented jizz wine. We start as we always do with a short synopsis. The Doctor is transporting the Master's body back to Gallifrey when he is forced to make an emergency stop on Earth. However, he is gunned down and forced to regenerate into the 8th Doctor, whilst the Master escapes running around San Francisco.
San Francisco?
San Francisco in 1999. The Doctor meets his new companion, Dr. Grace Holloway, and they must stop the Master from opening the Eye of Harmony and destroying Earth. Once all is said and done, the 8th Doctor heads off into his TARDIS to have further adventures that will never happen.
Yeah, by himself, because she doesn't go with him.
Yeah, I know. She's like, why don't you come with me? What, to the operating room?
Yeah, what, down the street?
She quit, so she to the unemployment office?
Yeah, I don't know what she was going on about.
What did you guys think of the Doctor Who movie, guys?
I thought
Oh,
what rating system are you giving? Will we do that at the end?
Wonderful. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. But what do you
Oh,
just
man,
generally, what do you think?
It was appalling. It
Yeah.
was an appalling movie.
Truly dreadful.
So imagine, okay, you are a Doctor Who fan.
Yes.
You have waited 7 years for this. There has been no the TV show is effectively cancelled. And they go, there is a new movie. You're like, I am
so
pumped.
excited.
Were there trailers for this that were good?
No, I don't remember trailers, but I remember plonking down in front of it going, oh, this is going to be good.
There couldn't have been a
This is
trailer.
the only Doctor Who you've seen in 7 years.
Yeah.
And you watch this.
Yeah.
You're like, W?
TF, yeah.
And you sit there, and I do remember sitting there going, it'll get good soon. It'll get really good soon.
But there
Like
was
sex.
Huh?
Like sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you've had that
You know when
sex?
sex starts really bad,
Yeah.
and then at the end you're like, "This was good sex."
Yeah. In
I have yet to
hindsight.
experience that.
There was like,
Yeah.
I hate that sex where there's no character development.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that sex.
I hate when my dick is like, no, I'm so flat.
I hate sex when they're like, "You got to open the Eye of Harmony." I'm like, I don't know what are you talking about?
If I have to open the Eye of Harmony.
One more time.
My favorite thing was when we started, Beck was like, so how, if you've never seen Doctor Who before, how are you supposed to understand what's going on?
You aren't.
Because, like, literally it's supposed to bring in a new season of fans. It does not.
No.
Because it starts off from the bat, just dumping information in front of you.
Dumps information on you, is very slow, and has a bit of a build, and then suddenly the Doctor says everything that you need to know in 2 minutes.
Weirdly slow for a movie that is an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Longer than any episode of Doctor Who that has ever been. And yet, nothing happens.
And as we said, the Master at the beginning is jizz. We did. We all commented
Oh,
on
yeah.
So I'd like everyone to think back to what I said about the jizz cocktail now and put
Yes,
that in
that's right.
context.
I don't want to drink the Master's jizz cocktail either. But, so yeah, and so I'm not drinking
When
jizz.
you really think about that sentence,
Yeah.
it's quite funny.
I mean, if you want to think about every
I
sentence
will
we
not
say-
drink the Master's
Yeah,
jizz
yeah.
cocktail. No way.
I will.
Jose.
I will.
I don't know what party this is.
If it was another person, I would gladly drink their jizz cocktail.
That sounds like a Doctor Who party where you put keys in the bowl. You're like, no, I gotta drink the jizz cocktail of the Master.
Oh, fuck.
You don't go home with them. You just drink their cocktail. And you're like, all right, well, I'm going to go home with my husband now.
Oh, yucky.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Anywho, yeah, so it's it's embarrassing.
And then it ends, and you're like, well, maybe a series will be better, and then you have to wait another 9 years for a series.
It's the
Oh, was it another 9?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no, 96. Yeah, another 9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is the most depressing thing as a Whovian to wait for this, to watch it, then to realise it's going to take a decade
yeah.
for people to get over it.
I can imagine people watching this and going, well, maybe the series will be better. 9 years later.
Yeah, I know. The only good thing out of that was Paul McGann.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Trying to
it.
think, is there any other series which has a similar story where they cancelled that and then brought something back that was even worse?
I don't know. I don't know. It's usually a sequel to a movie. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, Star Trek disappeared for a while and then came back, and then disappeared and came back. But
It did all right.
arguably those series did pretty well. So
Okay. Because the
Yeah.
problem with this movie that nothing was good in it. Like, there was no, like, even the beginning, I'm like, how did he get out?
Yeah.
It never explained how he got out of the little box.
I know.
my main problem with this movie is that it tries to take a bunch of 90s stuff and cram it in together. Like you said, the Master is the fucking Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just tries to cram so much stuff into it. It's
Well,
like,
as we said, he's got a normal uniform, and then he becomes the Master, and then he turns up at the shop and says, "I'll have the dark villain one, but with
Yeah.
the badge."
but it has
And
a
in
badge.
pleather.
So it's still a paramedic outfit, but they have like,
Pleather.
who wants the pleather pleather outfit? Who
Well,
wants
that's the
the pleather
villain
outcoat?
one, and then it's the wearing sunglasses. You know, he's running around at night wearing
And
sunglasses.
no one ever questions him.
Yeah.
No one ever questions. And they don't even license the I wear my sunglasses at night.
Because there are certain movie music stars who do that, who look like dicks
Yeah.
anyway. But in a normal thing, I mean, Chris, if you went out and you had your sexy sunglasses on as you're walking through at night.
So just a normal, typical
Just-
night.
that's
Just a
Sure.
normal
Just a
day
typical
for Chris.
night.
I would
Typical night for old Chris Martin. Walking down the old boulevard. I'm like, how you going, man?
Here he comes
going on?
again.
You only
Yeah.
walk down boulevards, is that correct?
That's right, down
Yeah,
boulevards with sunglasses on. At night.
Yeah, what is this, a
Sexy
crescent? I don't
sunglasses.
think so.
During the day, I'm like, cool.
Do people
My
know-
retinas are delicate.
That's
and
right,
I
I
am
can't
not
go
going in
outside. It's
that sun.
crazy out there.
But at
this,
night-
this complexion? Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I'd burn like a chip.
yeah.
Whereas at night, I'm all about it.
It's chilly enough to wear my leather
Is that
jacket.
this happens over a
Pleather.
day and a half, and yet Chang
No,
wears the
hang on, I'm
same
getting over
outfit.
the fact
Okay.
that Chris walks down the mall with at night
Darling,
with his
not a mall,
glasses on.
a
Boulevard.
A boulevard, thank
You know those normal things we have around the place with the
He's like, what is that?
This bitch
He's like, what is
doesn't
that? A
walk
mall?
down a
Fuck that
mall.
shit. I'm going down a boulevard.
And do you do the pointing? Hey,
I pointed at everyone. No, not
Yeah.
just women. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
yeah, finger
Hey,
guns.
what's going?
He just
I-
finger guns
you're like,
everyone.
hey,
Oh,
pinball
man,
machine,
once-
hey.
Once 30 ducks across the street. That was a nightmare. I was like, hey, how you going? What's going on, little duck? Hey, little ducky. What's going on, little ducky? People were like, damn, that guy's great. I'm like, little ducky, what's going on?
You were there for days.
For days. Every end, I'm like, little Andy boy, what's going on? People are like, Jesus, go home, man. I'm like, okay.
People were like, hey man, you need help? And you're like, hey, how's it going? You're like, fucking don't point at me. You're
They're
like,
like, hey, call the ambulance, man. This guy's hurt. I'm like, hey, how you going?
hey,
Yeah,
doctor,
what's
hey, how's it
on?"
going? Hey, paramedic, hey, ambulance, hey, wheel, hey, tire, hey.
Hey, you see my sunglasses? It's
You're like,
night.
man, you're really dehydrated. Do you want to drink some water? Hey, water molecule, hey, water molecule, hey, water molecule, hey, water molecule.
Do you use your sexy, deep radio voice when you
I
do
can.
that?
I'm like, hey, how you going?
Oh, there you go.
Hey, how you
That's
going?
how you get away with it.
Hi. Like, hey, how you going?
Hey, how you going? And no one ever says to you, dickhead, it's night. Take your glasses off.
Dickhead,
Everyone-
it's not.
Everyone replies to me like, hero. Hey, hero. I'm like, hey.
Everyone.
That guy spent
giggles
30 minutes
foolishly.
haying ducks. I think he's a fucking hero.
Yeah. I never knew ducks could speak English, but they're like, hero. Quack hero.
Quack you.
Quack hero.
Quack you. Thank you very much.
So my point is that Eric Roberts can't get away with it.
Yeah.
Chris Martin can.
Good summation.
I forgot there was a point to this.
Thank you.
Oh,
That
man.
was my point. Chris Martin can get away with it. Eric Roberts
All
cannot.
right. On Scarrow, the master is put on trial. And
Oh, really? We're going way back there?
Okay, we can just fuck around, talk around, whatever you want.
Absolutely. Let's not go through that crap.
Okay, you don't want to go through a synopsis?
Do you want to go through a synopsis? It was so long.
What would it be?
Yeah.
It'd just be
4 pages worth. That's
Oh,
what it is.
Oh, no.
no. I am not.
I love that this is what we normally do for podcasts, but when Nicchia's drunk, she's like, fuck that. I am not listening to your
Oh,
shit
so
another minute.
I so want to do it when I'm sober.
Maybe we can talk about really bad bits about the movie.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. What parts did you didn't...
Meanwhile, I noticed that you are necking that blue drink
You
like
are.
there is no tomorrow.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind it.
Chris's face was like, he looked at it and was like, oh, fuck, I am drinking that
I'm
drink
like,
really
oh, there's
fast.
more.
Oh, God.
The blue jet.
Oh, yep.
And Adam's near the end of one of
Drink
three.
number 1.
He's
Let me
got-
finish
oh,
that off.
He's drinking Beck's and mine.
Ugh.
It's too much. It's too much.
Boom, drink number 2.
The best part about the movie
Oh, good.
I'm listening.
was the guy who ran the morgue.
Yeah, I liked
I
him.
like that guy.
Yeah. So I have a bit about him.
Well, he was a bit of the comical character, was he?
Oh, I
What do you
literally
think?
Will
literally
Sasso,
mentioned it.
the
So
big guy?
basically, Will Sasso was in Mad TV in the 90s, and he was also in the movie version of the Three Stooges.
Yes,
Ah.
but he's been other things, hasn't he? I've
He's
seen other
been a
things.
lot of other stuff, but nothing I could see that was too crazy.
Okay,
Okay.
that's your best thing. What's your best thing?
I liked the jizz-like texture of the thing that was slithering about trying
The
to get
master.
into start. Oh, the master.
Oh, of my jizz? Oh, sorry, I did that while we
I
were
liked
watching
it when
the
it was
movie.
I
Speaking
wish I
of
hadn't
the-
went on the couch.
That was just
Sorry,
on. That
I'm
was on
sorry.
the TV.
You were like, yeah. It just
Oh.
slid down the TV, and everyone's like, "What's that jizz?" And I was like, "That's the master."
That
That's
reminds
quite the
me.
shot, I would say.
My favourite special effect was the tear on the doctor,
Oh.
the
It
female
was so
doctor's eye
plastic.
at the
It was
opera.
like literally a plastic tear.
that was when we first met her.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that
and
was
she-
the most unlikable. For some reason, I was like, I immediately did not like her
Yeah.
as a character.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it was such a high class
It's like
thing.
such a pompous thing to do.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I'm
deep.
crying at the opera.
It's like she likes the opera. It's like, I fucking hate this person. I've never been to the opera myself.
Exactly. My parents go to the opera. My parents are opera buffs, but I can tell you out there, would never cry at the opera.
No, I've never cried at the opera.
Were they
But they
hoping
tell
Middle
you.
America was like, Oi, Jane! Jane, come over! She fucking loves the opera, this bitch. Come on, Jane!
She's
Come on, Jane!
classy.
She fucking loves the opera.
Classy. My
What they
favourite-
should have shown is Grace at like a Jerry Springer concert. Like, fucking, who's the father? Who's the father? But like, Jane! Jane, come over and
And
check
she's still,
this bitch out.
she's still crying.
Yeah, she's still crying. He's like, he's
But
not
just
the
one
father. He's
tear.
not the father.
Well, my favourite part of the whole movie is Paul McGann. That's it. That's it.
Just a
I
man.
like Paul McGann.
Well,
Did you
Wasn't
like
he
the tear?
Doctor Who?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so
was a
your
doctor.
favorite
Yeah, you're
part
caught up now. Yep,
was
yep.
the, yeah, cool.
Yeah, Paul McGann, Doctor Who. So,
Loved it. And
if
then there
you
was
hadn't been
Mr.
sitting-
Mr. Soy before him.
Who's Mr. Soy?
Oh,
Soy.
Oh,
Mr.
Mr. Sylvester. Yeah, Mr. Soy.
Mr. Soy.
Hello, I am Mr. Soy.
You know, the famous Doctor Who
Yeah,
character
Mr. Soybean.
played by Mr. Soy.
Mr. Soy. I love it.
I just think,
Hi,
Chris,
Mr. Soy. I'm here for my role.
if you hadn't been sitting there with your dark fucking glasses on, pointing to us all, going, hello,
Well, like every new character, I was like, hey, how you going?
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
you would have seen more of the movie.
Your husband kept walking in. He walked in so done, like, hey, how you going?
I know. It was weird.
Sylvester McCoy, who took forever to die. He got shot in the chest, and he's like, he got taken to hospital. He's like, and he's like, don't kill me. And she's like, I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Don't kill me.
I've got 2 hearts. It's double exposure.
Yeah.
He looked a lot. He reminded me a lot like that little creepo from
Great way to start.
from what?
The Hobbit?
Oh yes.
He is
Yes.
the guy from The Hobbit.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Which one?
The guy that you're thinking
Professor
of.
Nut
Clearly.
Brown.
Like the
What is
like.
he?
Do you
the
mean
guy
that
with the shit on his face
Yeah.
guy
Do you
with the
mean a
shit?
beard?
in the Hobbit?
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the wizard, the brown
the
wizard?
wizard with shit on his face. That is literally him.
Oh, I was thinking he looks like Frodo's uncle.
Ah, Bilbo.
Yeah, so I got
Yeah,
Bilbo
no,
things.
he's
Oh,
not
he's
Bilbo.
shit. He's shithead.
He's shithead. He is literal shithead.
Oh, that's worse. He's shithead.
Yeah. He's Peter Jackson is a huge Doctor Who fan. So that's why I brought him in. It's quite
And that's why every time they asked him to direct an episode, he's like, nah, I'm fine, I'm busy.
And that's why in every Lord of the Rings shot, you can see a little TARDIS in the distance, just flicking in and out.
look, it's such a
Me precious is. Me precious is me TARDIS.
Why don't they just fly the TARDIS to Mordor, idiots?
No, don't worry about your eagles. I got a fucking TARDIS. Oh, fuck.
It's a pity that they ruined it. Whether
I love the way you dragged that R out.
well, they ruined it. I can't do
Ruined
that.
what? Sorry.
Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about The Hobbit still.
No,
we're
fuck the Hobbit.
broadly talking about the movie.
Yeah.
How they
The movie.
ruined it.
They ruined it. They didn't understand the absolute Englishness of it.
Well, my favourite part of the whole movie was when the cop drives into the TARDIS, somehow gets turned around, and then drives back out again.
Yeah.
That is perhaps the
worst.
it was like the movie is being like, we're being funny.
No.
And it's like, no, you're being shit.
No, they didn't get it. And they didn't have the TARDIS materialising and dematerialising correctly.
The kid was literally sitting there being like, they got that wrong.
No, I was very
They
upset.
got that wrong.
Well, apart from in the opening credits with the whatever that thing was in the opening credits that was supposed to be a
TARDIS?
Dalek,
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the high-pitched
worst
voice.
Dalek voice.
It was like...
to not like take any like a Dalek, a Cyberman, a Cybermat, anything like that, and introduce it
Yeah, I know. Or to
was a missed
explain,
opportunity.
Well, I feel
really,
like-
in some way, one, who the master is, and two, what the fuck are the Daleks doing? Get rid of him.
Well, I feel like they didn't have the rights to the Daleks, but they actually mention the Daleks by name in the movie.
And then go, exterminate!
Yeah, like, but the voice is like, it's not the Daleks.
No.
So I felt like, oh, they don't have the rights to the Daleks. But then they mention the Daleks by name, and I was like, oh, maybe they do have the rights to the Daleks?
I don't know.
But did the Daleks, were they the ones who trialed them? Him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and
don't they just exterminate things?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they just be like, all right, well,
Yes.
boom.
why the
Also-
fuck
Boom,
are
boom,
they...
boom,
Also,
boom.
why was the doctor just there being like, oh, you want me to transport the body?
They're like, yeah, we
let's
hate
go.
you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're like
yeah.
our biggest enemy, but...
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me just dodge these beams. All right, let me just take this body. All right.
Exterminate,
I'll see
exterminate.
it. Can someone sign for this package, please? That'd be great. Yeah, yeah.
Also, he's in liquid form. Why?
Yeah.
Why is he?
We cremated the human body exactly how it's supposed to be in a jizz form state. Wait a minute. It's not supposed to be a jizz form
And that's
state.
the thing. They blow him up, and it looks like ash. And then he's jizz. I don't get it. How do you go from ash to jizz? I mean, the
Well,
master...
darling, let me explain.
Yeah, you don't know how the balls work.
when a mummy
You
and
have a
daddy...
couple of drinks, and when a man loves a woman,
Well, just before men have sex, we depart to the bathroom.
We take
where
our
we get a
sexy
little
glasses
lighter and
off.
we light our balls on fire.
We get
And it's called the heating of the testicles.
we get a canister of
called the
we get a canister of ash and we shove it into our balls and it turns into jizz.
So it's the beginning, the
Oh.
heating
It's a
of jizz.
circle of
In
jizz.
fact, Adam, we broke many male rules. Because we're
Yeah,
never meant to tell
exactly.
women how this
Yeah.
We're
works.
probably going to get exterminated for this.
I had never heard the ash heating
Oh, yeah.
of the scrotal area story.
If you're a male and you're listening to this, shut the fuck up. Okay?
If you every time you go to a convenience store and you say I want a lighter and they're like scrotal lighter.
Scrotal lighter, yeah. You want the one
It's a little
that
different.
needs
yeah,
extra
you do.
I mean, you can light cigarettes and cigars with a scrotal lighter, but
No
Why?
wonder.
They're like, do you want a jizz canister as well? Like,
Because the scrotal lighter burns
Does shit stick to fur? Yeah,
half
I
the
want
heat
one.
of a normal lighter.
No wonder and Manscaped now, because fucking hell, that would just go up that shit.
It
wouldn't
would.
it?
Highly flammable.
Oh, highly flammable.
good
Anywho,
stuff, good stuff.
Good to know. Thank you very much. Did the master do that? We don't know. Possibly.
Also, I love the moment where Grace is the doctor.
Or is there a moment with Grace that's good?
Oh, they're all good. Where the doctor.
Yeah, the Tia. There was the Tia. And then there were the multiple scenes in the dress.
The doctor holds up a cop by pointing the gun at himself and saying, "I'm going to kill myself," and the cop doesn't go, "All right, fucking go for it."
Yeah.
Also,
Like normal cops.
like whatever,
Who are like, go for it, yeah.
I don't have to fill out shit for this.
Saves me killing
But
you.
meanwhile, he grabs Grace and he's like, "You believe me, right?" And she's like, "Yes, I do believe you." And then she pulls the gun and points it at the cop, a very serious crime.
Yeah.
And goes, "Give him the keys."
Yes.
Like, even if the doctor gets away with this, you are 100%
Oh,
going
yeah.
to jail.
Totally the next day when she's in surgery,
Yeah.
they're like, did you point a gun at a cop? He's like, oh, no!
Not only that, she shoots his motorcycle.
Yes.
If she had been 1 inch over, she would have blown his fucking hand off.
Yeah, and oh, fuck, sorry, I was just trying to make a point.
She's like, fuck, I blew his hand off. Well, might as well finish the job. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's go. They're just like, fuck.
It's always a thing with Doctor Who. There was an episode where the Dalek takes over the woman. I think you watched that one with this, did
If
you?
it was a shit episode, yes, I have watched
yeah.
it.
It was
You
actually
made me
pretty
watch
good.
it.
Yeah, it was good.
And she kills people on the way, and then the Dalek gets out, and they're like, you're going to be all right, Laura. No, fucking Laura, you shot 9 people on the
She
way.
kills all those people, and all that happens is she ends up on Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Oh my god! She's on the current series of Taskmaster.
Oh, which
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Yeah,
she?
Charlotte Ritchie.
I do
Who did
love
she
that
play?
show.
She was in the Resolution.
Yeah, she was in the New Year's Eve
And Lee
one.
Mack is on
Really?
Taskmaster this season,
Oh,
so it's like
really?
the most Doctor Who series ever.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I know Charlotte Ritchie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's the one.
She's losing terribly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would love her to win, but there is absolutely no way for her to win.
That's right. Yeah. The thing that annoyed me the most about this movie is that there were no stakes. Everyone was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm an alien. They're like, no, you're not. He's like, yes, I am. You're like, yeah, you are. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it. There are no real stakes. They just, it all worked out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the stakes, even
Grace-
in the TARDIS, are shit.
Grace spends
That's right.
most of the movie going, "You're crazy." There's one where she goes, "You're crazy. Actually, you're not. Let's kiss. Actually, you're crazy."
Yeah,
And then
while
he
they're
goes,
doing the
"You're crazy,
adventure.
You're crazy. You're crazy." And he goes, "No, I'm not crazy." She goes, "You're not crazy. Let's do this."
And that's how Dave and I got together.
Oh, that kissing though too. That was super creepy.
Oh,
like
it's-
just sort of like little tight mashing.
So,
lips
he
together.
like-
What's
He like
that?
pulls her aside and he reads her the script. He's like, "All right, so I've told you that I'm an alien, and I showed you the thing, and I did the thing, and then she's
And
like,
I'm wearing velour.
and she's like, all right, cool.
All right, let's
you're
go
not
at it.
crazy then.
Now,
Let's go."
let me tell you, I watched this when it was out. The Doctor kissing a companion was just a controversy because it had never happened before.
Did it make you moist?
People said I was moist.
You could not have possibly been moist.
No.
No one could have been made moist.
I wasn't.
by-
I was not.
Hey.
Don't speak for everyone in this room. Old moisty Martin over here.
Yeah.
Moisty
No, it
madam.
was-
When I saw that, I was like, uh-oh. I'm sitting on a cushion.
Am I moist? Oh, I'm going to tell people about this on
I was like, where's the
podcast.
bathroom? I was looking around. I was like,
Moist.
Gonna have to air out my cushions now. But anywho,
Is what we say.
Is
Yeah, is
what
that what you
we
say
say.
about your tits?
that's what I say all the time.
My cushion.
Moisted out my cushion. Anywho, it was huge, and people were really upset about
did you
the
snort
kiss.
laugh?
I think
I haven't had a good snort laugh for ages.
I think most people are upset, but I think there was a contingent who was like, fuck yeah, I'm okay with that. Fuck yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but it wasn't even a kiss.
That doctor's gonna kiss me? I am 100%
Yeah.
on board with that.
I'm sure there are a lot of like big Doctor Who fans who've never had a girlfriend watching all that. We can kiss women. We did it.
I was thinking there were female companions who were like, fuck yeah, I'd be kissed by a doctor. But you were like, oh my God, we can kiss women? I can go out in the world.
Just that, the guy who never left his house, but I can do it.
I can kiss women. And
Just have to
women,
have a puff of my asthma spray.
and women being like, ew, no.
With my ringlety wig and my velour jacket, I'm just going to mash lips with a lady.
Nicchia, is that how you met Dave? He ran down the street being like, I can kiss women. And you were
No,
like,
that was
I'm
Nicchia.
a woman.
Dave and I like to do the closed mouth push really hard on your face
No,
kiss.
you were
that
going to
they
say,
had.
Dave, the way you met Dave was like flexing like, ugh, look at my muscles. And you were
Yes.
like, no, look at your muscles.
I did.
Remember the first kiss you had at like high school when you're dancing and then you just kind
the
of
school
did that
disco.
thing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the tongues?
Yeah.
And it was gross for like half an hour. But you didn't know else what to compare it to, so you just thought that was kissing for the first 5 years of your kissing
You thought,
career.
this is exhausting.
And it wasn't until you went nightclubbing, you're like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
This isn't
I'm fairly confident I should
When
be
you made
doing
out with
this.
the DJ.
You know
you're like,
when you
no,
get
it's
married and have children, you're like, this isn't right.
Hello, it goes
It wasn't until you
well.
were kissing your kids, you were like, this isn't right. This isn't right at all. You're like, oh no. Oh no.
No, worst thing ever.
Oh.
I used
Kissing
to
your
watch,
kids.
No, I used to watch them kiss on the movies, with the open mouth stuff, and I was only little. And I used to say to my dad, kiss me goodnight like they kiss in the movies.
Oh, fuck.
And my dad would go,
Now he's in charge.
The worst part was he did it.
She is
He
from the
100%
country.
did it.
my poor old dad would go, oh no, as he ran screaming out of the
Whatever
room.
my daughter wants.
When I was 15, I watched striptease with my dad. That was so
fuck.
weird. That was the weirdest experience of my life. We were both like,
Is that the way? Is that?
And then he was like, do what Demi Moore did. I was like, no.
So you did that, you're like, wow.
I hate
Afterwards, to make things even better, he put on a porno. You're like, oh, this is way easier.
Yeah, that's right. I hate watching pornos with my mum. 84 and all, so... she keeps it. She spends the whole time going, what are they doing? What's
She's
that?
sitting there jacking it, and you're like, fuck, this is awkward.
My poor old mum saw someone buy body chocolate. She said to me, they'd get that from a sex shop, wouldn't they?
Oh.
Yes, mum.
You were in a sex shop at that time, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Get it.
Well, Mother's
They
Day
get it
is
from a
just
sex
around the
shop.
corner.
Well, that's where we are right now, Mum.
Mother's Day presents. Okay, best, worst.
Best.
Just about me.
Oh, okay.
No.
Which one of our
I
guests do
think
you
we
think
all
is
know
best
what's
and
the
worst?
best.
Scott Driscoll's the worst.
Yes.
There was a scene. All right, so I always like to look at the wardrobe.
Yes.
Naturally, as the food wanker, I like to look at the food. There was no food
Sure.
to look at.
Did
so
you
I had to
enjoy
look
the
at the
doctor's
wardrobe.
costume of Wild Bill Hickok?
No, it was a cross between. It was like a Shirley Temple hair with the velour swing jacket. Then she was in that fucking hideous blue dress with the right nipple was absolutely poking out in some scenes.
Yeah, there was some nipple.
The teeth, the juxtaposition of her perfect veneered teeth and his little like nibbly English
his
teeth.
English teeth.
His
yeah.
English teeth
Yeah.
and her American teeth.
Didn't work.
There was one scene where everybody was wearing a contact lens. We had a green contact lens. She had a black contact lens.
Oh, yeah.
The Asian guy wasn't wearing contact lenses, but he did have an undercut with a perm, which
Yeah,
I did not
true,
like. I did not
true.
take to that. I think the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe for that movie should be summarily lined up against a wall and shot.
Yes. I'm with you. Who came up?
Man, imagine punishing the clothing.
Who came
What
up?
failed? The stress.
The results of the movie came in. The actress is poorly. If you want to go stand up against the wall, oh, fuck, are we getting killed? You're getting killed.
This is how we do it in Hollywood now.
Hollywood,
There's the
bitch.
death wall.
The big one for me is the doctor's coat at the beginning with, 537 pens in her top pocket. What were they thinking? All right, keep going. Next.
I said, normally I do a lot of research. I go on eBay. I do research for these episodes. Tonight I've done nothing. I did a brief bit of research.
Ooh.
I
While
saw
was-
that. You
while I was
disappeared
eating
after a
Beck,
while.
I
I thought you were
did.
doing some
I
work or
disappeared
something.
for 5 minutes because I wanted to see what other movies were released in 1996 that this was up against.
Oh, what was
Ooh,
it?
when was
I-
Jurassic Park released?
I can tell you one.
1993.
Can I say it was,
93.
it was up against Independence Day?
Nope.
Oh, what year was that? What year was Independence Day?
Maybe
I
later,
don't know, but it was
98.
not.
I thought that was 96.
All right,
no.
what were we up against?
It was a random selection. It was up again. The only reason that with the Jurassic Park, because there are a couple of scenes with like the cup of tea where it was like the rippling of the cup of tea. And
that's what I thought of.
I thought, my God, Jurassic Park stole this. They stole it from Jurassic Park because it came out in 93. Happy Gilmore.
Independence Day was 96.
There you go.
Same year.
Well, I only watched it like a week ago, and I was like so shocked that I didn't get that.
Well, these were the list I read were like released. Maybe it was made in 96, but not released.
Oh,
no,
it's
of
possible.
course, yeah.
Technicality, I got you on there.
Okay.
Twister.
Also,
Oh, I love Twister. Why did they?
Please.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
What the fuck is going on?
Twister is amazing, but also Will Sasso was in Happy Gilmore.
He was.
This movie would have been a better movie if they made Bill Paxton the Doctor and Helen Hunt
Independence Day.
and Helen Hunt the
I'm sorry.
the companion.
I'm sorry.
Because Independence Day came out the same year, so Bill
Yeah, but
Paxton was
that's
in...
Bill Pullman. Bill Paxton's from Twister. Bill Paxton is Game Over, man. Game Over from Aliens.
I confused the two.
So what
You
I
did,
will
yeah.
tell you is that it doesn't matter who you had, the script sucked. And everybody was going to fucking fail on this shit movie.
Nutty Professor.
Oh, great movie.
You know what?
Remember?
That's what the Doctor missed, is having Eddie Murphy be like,
Movies-
I'm playing 6 different characters.
Movies aren't like The Nutty Professor. Remember when you could just write a movie about being fat and that was the butt of the joke?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a big fat boy. And they could do that for an hour and that was the joke. And it killed.
Sorry, not just one character, but a whole family of
That's
characters
right.
who are like, we're all fat.
Can you-
And it's like, well, sign off on that. Eddie Murphy was like, I'm fat. I'm also fat.
Like,
I'm
yeah.
also fat.
And they had fat
I'm a fat
jokes.
female. And everyone was like,
And there was fat abuse where the professor was like, I'm going to kick your fat ass if you don't get the grant. Remember movies like that? You imagine writing a fat movie in 2021 where they're like, you fat fuck professor.
where a fat professor was like, I've created a formula that makes me skinny. It doesn't make me want to kill myself. And they're like, nah, fantastic.
There'd be like fat marches and be like, this movie must burn.
Oh, PC's ruined the fat movie. hasn't it?
so
Bring back Nutty Professor.
Oh, it's a terrible movie, but anywho.
Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I love
I love Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire's one of my favourites.
Jerry Maguire is fantastic.
I'm just also trying to give you context as to why the Doctor Who movie didn't get nominated for
You
an
think?
Oscar.
You
Okay,
think?
because
For an Oscar,
this
yeah.
is the caliber
You were
it was up
expecting it to
against.
get nominated for an Oscar?
This is the
Do you want to
caliber
know
it was
what
up
would make
against.
this movie even better?
What?
If Tom Cruise was the Doctor and Cuban Gooding Jr. was the companion?
Show me the money.
Show me the TARDIS.
Show me the Eye of Harmony.
I hate Tom
Grace
Cruise.
Holloway.
Really?
Yes.
As a person or as an actor? Because as an actor, I don't like him as a person, but as an
Yeah,
actor,
yeah.
good actor.
As a person.
Do you
He's
know
a terrible
As
person.
an actor, he's great. As a person, I've heard he's actually not that bad. But as a religious person, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah,
He's part of a fucking cult.
I think he's nuts. But anywho,
And The Edge. Do you remember The Edge?
What the fuck is
No.
that? From the U2?
No.
The Edge, the movie.
Edge
the Edge.
the movie.
Oh, just about it, you
I'm
too.
the Edge.
I get up and choose which beanie to wear. Is it beanie one? Oh, boo.
Surprise! It's whatever beanie Bono tells me to wear. Bono,
Edge
what should I wear?
was-
Wear that one. Thank you, Bono.
I'll talk to you.
okay.
The Edge was Anthony Hopkins, was an elderly man who married Elle Macpherson.
and fell off the edge. I
And
saw
Alec
that movie.
Baldwin
Alec Baldwin
was
yeah.
having an affair with her.
Yeah,
Oh, was
and
that
he was
around the
trying to-
time?
And they got attacked by bears.
was-
The plane crashed and they got attacked.
Wow,
Elle
that was the
Macpherson.
thing I did not expect.
Well, do you know what make this movie even better? If Alec Baldwin was the Doctor and a bear was the companion.
That would have made this
There was
better.
the master.
He's like,
He's like, rah, I want
Pull
your body.
the lid! And the bear was like it's crying at the opera. I'm not going to surgery.
The bear's like, Pacini! Pacini! And Al Pacino's there and he's like, what are you talking about me? They're like, no, Pacini!
That just didn't make.
Hey, that's a good list.
Oh, a good point, well made.
Thank you.
Plus, as we mentioned, Independence Day also came out in 1996. Welcome to Earth! Boom.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
That was a weird movie. Like, I went and saw Independence Day in the cinema and I walked out and I thought, I'm proud to be an American. It was very
excuse me,
American.
Jeff Goldblum has a 90s computer and he instantly hooks it up to a alien software and downloads a virus to their computer and they're like, fuck, what do we do?
Well, let me tell you that Jeff Goldblum can do anything he fucking likes.
Yeah, except you can't plug in a 90s computer to a today's computer and they would be like, fuck, I don't know what's going on.
And that's the only bit of that movie you're struggling with, is it?
That's the only bit.
Jeff Goldblum actually would make a good Doctor.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
he'd be fantastic.
And an alien from Independence Day is his companion. Mind blowing.
Jeff Goldblum was making a good every single character in Doctor Who. Like, if every character in Doctor Who was him, he's like, oh, I'm the Doctor. Oh,
Yeah, he's like the coolest man on the planet.
Do you know what ruined
Next to
Independence Day
Nicolas
for me?
Cage.
What?
Was that the aliens were actually wearing a biomechanical suit and that the little thing inside them was the actual alien. That's the only thing I was like, that sucks. Why can't they just be the alien?
What is the Eye of Harmony?
What a cut.
Back, yeah.
Getting back to the movie.
Oh, sorry, yes. Do go on.
The Eye of
So
Harmony.
you can explain the plot as the eye of Harmony opens, it closes, opens, closes, opens, closes.
What the fuck is that?
Was
don't.
that big concrete thing with the dead leaves around it?
Yeah, like
There were
from
no
like National
trees.
Treasure.
There were no trees in the cloister room. Where
Yeah,
did
that's
the
right.
leaves come from?
Chris said that room, the cloister room, needed a good
Scrubbing.
A good scrubbing. A bit
It
of
needed
a
a karcher.
vacuum.
Just get a
the
karcher in
fucking
there.
leaves everywhere.
Hi, I'm the janitor. I just clean up the cloister room.
What is there, a mystery tree in there?
I don't know, but yeah, you're right. The Eye of Harmony. Open, close, open, close, open, close,
That's
open,
all it
close.
did.
I got big vibes of like National Treasure or
Sure.
like getting into a tomb, something. You know, it felt like
Yeah.
something, a tomb movie would open up and it's like a vortex or somewhere.
See, I
know.
thought it was like a giant vagina.
Well, I did too.
I wanted to fuck the TARDIS.
Open, close.
Fuck that TARDIS.
See, the master turns up, you close. And
And then
someone you like
Eric
turns up.
Roberts got sucked into it
Yeah.
at one point in his big jacket and his giant
nothing-
suit with the big collar.
That's nothing worse.
I hate those vaginas where you got to look in and if it likes you, it opens up and then it like destroys the world if you don't fuck it by midnight.
Oh, Chris, you had so much to learn about.
But you got to take a rod out of the corner and it's like, it likes you. And you're like,
You gotta
Jesus.
stick your eye into it and be like, you're
That's right,
human,
boys.
and then it opens, and you're
Now
like, all
you're
right, let's have
starting.
That's
sex.
it. You start to understand. You
And
look,
that is women.
yeah. And you look too long, you go blind. And that's what happened.
Maybe it was a metaphor for this.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a metaphor for sex.
Oh, and that
Maybe
was
the
the other
writer's like,
thing.
I don't get any sex, let's fucking write a metaphor
I
about
did
it.
like that thing that he was wearing that held his eyes open.
Oh, yeah.
That was the contact lens scene where everyone's wearing contact lenses, but his were like open, and all I could think like 5 minutes into that scene is, my God, his retinas must be dry. Like they'd be dry.
Can I say, when Grace
Why
pulls that out and it has all those spikes in it, she's like, I thought it was going to go around the neck. I thought it was like, it's going to stab the
I
fuck
thought it was
out
going
of
around
him.
the junk.
And then it comes around the head and it's like, I'm going to keep your eyes open. And it's like, okay, we'll talk to Andy McDowell about that.
You thought it was going to
Malcolm
stab
McDowell.
him in his junk?
Yeah, just around the junk. Just,
Oh, yeah, that's it. We're going to stab you. Oh, man, you've messed with the wrong master.
That's why it has, the
junk.
two eyes in it for two penises. And he's like, ooh, I'm going
two
to...
hearts.
And the doctor's like, ooh, this hurts so much. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, please. Ooh,
Yeah,
it's good.
Why did it have a fucking chest plate? I mean, she's just going to open the eyes. What are you going to chest plate for?
well, it's the aesthetic.
He's like,
darling.
but the master's like, I need to keep your eyes open so you look into the eye of harmony. That's why I'm going to put you 10 meters away from the eye of harmony, up on this dais, looking vaguely down on it. If anyone else opens their eyes, you might see it.
And here's a chest plate, just in case.
Why is the master strong? The master seems stronger than Doctor Who. Is that
It was the pleather
a
jacket.
accurate statement, or
That was-
are they equal?
I think it's convenient for the story.
Okay.
But so the master will be smarter, better, and then the doctor will defeat him.
Okay.
Famously, a man with like curly ginger hair and a long velour jacket is less threatening than a man with slick back hair and a few scars and a
And
pleather jacket
sunglasses at
and sunglasses.
Yeah, well, everyone's like, hey, here comes caring Chris. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing?
Hey,
Yeah,
ladies.
how's it going?
Ladies?
Hey.
No, I don't know. It just depends. So the master usually is shit for me. In the old version, the master would either shrink you or hypnotize people.
Okay.
So, it's just a bit shit. He didn't really think things through.
Didn't he do that though? Isn't that when he took his glasses off and his little green snake eyeballs?
No, he's never had snake eyeballs until this fucking movie.
Yeah, well, it's probably the only lenses that were available when they went to the shop. That it's like, do you want like the tiger ones or the snake ones?
He just had normal fucking eyes, right? He just had normal eyes, but he had a stupid thing that he would point at people and then shrink them. Yeah, shrink them.
And then what did he do? Oh, wait, yeah. Remember that one from the last season? He shrunk one of the before coming back through time.
Yes.
Just for the
he would just
audio listener, Chris is indicating something
small. And then he would shrink them, and it was such
That's not small, right?
No, Chris,
darling, that's
enormous.
huge. That's 8 inches if it's a day.
Years.
Yes.
Oh, I better heat that scrotum up now. We've lost Adam. Oh, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you're a Whovian to have something like that and then have people come and watch.
Well, as I said to you when I arrived, I knew it was going to be shit because I was here. And that's famously why you always get me here, is when you've got something truly dreadful to expose me to.
That's true, although the worst ones are the
Big
funniest.
shout out to Dave, by the way.
The worst ones are the funniest. That's the thing. You don't want to sit around here going, that was fantastic. It was good, wasn't it? Ooh, I liked it. Wow, that was great, I tell you. That higher harmony was quite the thing.
The fact that I had never heard of the movie and I had to Google it was an indication to, and the fact that you and Adam have never said anything about it made me go, ooh.
We keep it to ourselves.
We said if you're vomiting blue stuff in the toilet, it'd be a disco.
And we want to see it.
That reminds me of when I was
I was a boy.
When I was in uni, we have big parties at my house. We all lived in Kelvin Grove, and I used to grab like a blue thing of Gatorade or something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a Smurf.
No, Gatorade, and then in the morning I'd crack it open and I'd be like, down the whole thing in the morning. So we drove from Kelvin Grove to West End where we were going to have breakfast, and we drove across the bridge, and I drank like a full bottle of like blue Gatorade, and I was like, oh, I feel sick. So we drove across the bridge, and I like wind the window down. I'm like, and it was like fully blue, and the driver was like, yeah, I can see all of that. I was like,
look into my eyes.
Because I didn't understand. I was like, just fucking crack it open, like down the whole thing at once.
Was this a cab?
No. This was a person who was driving us there. Like someone who was driving us, like a friend of mine who we lived together. It was like four of us in the house. We had a big night, and so they drove us over, and I was just like, I just down like a full thing, being like, I'm going to be totally fine now. And I was like, It was like fully blue, and I'm fully sure it like went on the side of their car, and I'm like,
We were in a cab, and one of my female friends had a little vomit.
Yeah.
And the taxi driver went, she vomit. I said, no, she sneezed. And he went, that's all right then. She didn't sneeze.
Well, they say that in the future, right, when we have self-driving cars, what's going to happen is you're going to drive your car to work, right, and then set it on self-driving mode, and it's going to go and pick people up and drive them to their destination. And I was like, what happens if they pick someone up? I know it's the middle of the day. Pick someone up and they, like, throw up in your car.
Yeah,
and then the car, because the car doesn't know, the car's just going to drive to the next destination, and the next person's going to be like, what's that, sick? Blech. They're also going to throw up in your car. And you're going to get a message be like, multiple people have been sick in your car. You're like, oh, fuck. Sorry, I need to take an hour and a half break because I need to go check on my car, which has been thrown.
And he opens the door and just vomit. It's like the elevator from The Shining, just vomit.
You open up the car and you're like, well, this car's fucked. I need to sell this car.
Into river.
I would
Does
like
that wash a car, does it?
No, just like
No,
it'll
it's easier to wash a car that's
Insurance.
waterlogged than it is to have throw up in it.
I always think of the Seinfeld one where the guy got in with the BO and then it just sticks to your car. See, BO sticks. I had a guy I worked with and whatever he ate, it just permeated out of his skin. So he'd go out and have a cigarette and he'd come back and then he'd just stink of that.
You hated when he went off and ate pussy and then he came back and he's like, the car smells of pussy.
Pussy. It didn't matter what it was, and I really liked him as a person, but he stunk to high heaven, and I couldn't sit near him. It was horrible.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've never had I've never had an embarrassing
Yes,
vomit at
finish that.
university.
So-
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I've never had a big dick.
I'm going in to see specialists tomorrow. Elephant, please.
Am I getting your emails? Is that what's happening?
I've never had an embarrassing vomit story from university. I've never been a big vomiter. The most embarrassing thing that happened at uni was at UQ when I was doing a workshop.
Ugh, what a
And
wank.
like a weekend workshop.
And
I needed to go to the bathroom to do a poop. And back then, when I was like in my early 20s, I was
Yeah.
a naked pooper. I have
You
since.
got completely naked.
I got completely naked to poop. Don't knock it till you try.
George
No,
Costanza?
I think I might have invented
Well,
it, but
I
I
don't
did.
want my shirt to see me shit, so...
Anyway, I was-
Every time?
every time.
Where did you
I'd strip off naked and do a
hang on,
poop.
Where did you hang your clothes?
This is the story.
on the toilet.
yeah, like I flushed them.
I then I shit on them.
No.
You don't want that shit on the floor, right? I mean, your clothes.
So I was doing a physics chemistry workshop over the weekend. UQ. I had to go to the poop before the class started, and I found this toilet. And I went in the cubicle, took my shirt off.
I'm not
and all that
listening
stuff.
to anything you say other than that you're a nerd.
I put my shirt on the hook and I was sitting down doing my business, and then the door broke off its hinges and fell down on me. And there was a man just washing his hands, and I was holding a door, and you could clearly, like the door came up to me, you could clearly see I was shirtless, sitting on the toilet, holding the door, and he looked at me, and I didn't say anything, I just went, hey. And he walked away.
Hey, oh, did you? Had
Hey, I got someone here. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
And he went, you're the coolest pooper I've ever seen.
You notice him, you're like, naked poop. He's like, naked poop. All right, goodbye.
Anyway, he left, and I kind of got the door back like up, and I cleaned up and got dressed again. Went to my class, walked in. He was the lecturer. So he was talking to 250 other students doing this workshop. I came and he went. For about 5 seconds, we had a connection, and then went, whoa.
So E equals MC squared. So anyway, naked pooping is fucking sick, and I hate it so bad.
And that's the most embarrassing thing that happened at
I
university.
can't breeze past this. Are the shoes on? The shoes stay on.
The shoes stay on, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you do take everything off.
The shoes stay on, and so do the pants. The pants don't got anything, but it's literally everything off the top.
What, do
just
you
your
feel
shirt.
it constricts you?
What?
What?
Yeah,
so your
why?
shirt?
It used to be a phobia. I feel like
Why?
well, when I was a kid, I got into my head that when you wipe, your poo would get on your shirt.
Oh, yeah, no, I do get that. I do get that.
And so I was like, yeah, well, I wipe like this.
When I...
You don't wipe like that.
How far up your back do you want? For
When I
fuck's sake?
shit at work, I'm like worried, like, no, I'm gonna get shit on my, and I gotta walk out, and people go, oh, you got shit on your shirt, like, fuck.
Well, for the first few years of my life, I wore a cape to places.
A shit cape.
Yeah, well, what intended? I was like, oh no. No, but but as I've got older, I don't do it as anymore.
Fascinating.
If I'm in the presence of my own home, I still do it because it's just
Wow.
it's relaxing. It's relaxing,
If whatever,
and it's generally before a shower anyway.
You
Yeah.
fascinating
It's
man.
before a shower, but if I'm out and about, I can leave my shirt on now. No worries.
So,
Good for
quite
you.
Thank you, thank
Good
you.
for you. But your glasses are on. Your finger gunning.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, because I generally poo in like windows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, how you doing?
the most I do is
I still got to be cool, and it's at night usually.
the most I do is I have my boxes around my ankles, so I unhook one leg and I just kind of hang my boxes. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna stretch my boxes out because I'm sitting there while I'm shitting, so I'm gonna hold
putting
my boxes there.
undies and or as I like to call them, panties.
I hate that word.
Your pantaloons.
And that's why I'm using that word.
I hate that word, panties.
I don't want anything that's on me other than my shoes
To touch
touching
the-
the floor
Or the wall.
or the wall.
But that's why
in
I
a
do my
public toilet.
boxes. I
What,
ring
you're
them.
lifting a leg and you're
No,
kicking
I don't lift
one.
the leg. I unhook one leg and I lift the boxes around one leg, so it's
So
not
how the
touching
fuck
the
are you
floor.
unhooking a leg if you're not lifting the leg? What?
Well, because they're on the floor. They're on the floor. The boxes are on the floor.
on the floor.
And then I pull
Thank
one.
you,
I
my
pull one
point.
foot out and I lift the boxes up.
Wait, you got a
So-
shoe on or off?
Well, it depends. It depends if
You
I.
take your shoe off?
See,
Usually, what I'm thinking
no
is.
footwear in a public toilet.
No, it's not a public
I'm
toilet.
out.
It's at home. It's at home.
Well, you can
It's at
loll
home.
all over the floor.
And what I'm thinking of is when I'm working from home, I'm usually
Well,
wearing
there's
boxers
jizz all
and
over
shirt.
the floor.
Yeah.
That's it. When I work from home, I'm wearing boxers and shirt. So when I go to the bathroom, it's literally just boxers around my ankles. So I unhook one and I hook the pants around.
This is a whole other podcast. This
Holy
really
Can I
is.
just let you know
This has gone off the
that
rails.
I am a lady, so therefore I do not poop.
Yeah, but you come up with some shit though.
I do, but there's no pooping.
Wow, I'm fascinated.
Just don't knock it till you try it.
Yep. Okay. Well,
I'm moving
Free.
up for the next one.
America's all about.
I will-
I'm doing the most American poop ever because I'm free.
as a homage to you,
An
Chris.
eagle flies over me. I'm like,
Oh.
"Whoa."
I don't know how you'll feel, but I will nude up and think of you, Chris, for my next poop.
Well, I don't know how to think about that, but you're welcome. You're welcome.
You're half of that is good, half of it's not.
If I pooped.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
No.
Because I'm
you
a
don't.
lady.
It's your lead.
I'm a lady. But I do not wear panties. I hate that word.
We add that to moist and to pussy as
Oh.
trigger words.
I hate that word.
Panties.
And it's a word men use.
Men use it to describe
Yeah,
undies.
they'll go, oh, yes. And then I looked at her panties. And they go, oh, fuck off.
Pantaloons.
You looked at her undies, you dickhead.
So, what did you think of the panties of the Doctor Who movie? Let's get back to that, shall we? Oh, so many panties. Oh.
There weren't enough panties, but I did like the breasty, chesty dress for the opera.
Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful dress. Beautiful dress.
The closed mouth, push as hard as you can against each other's face. Kiss. Love it.
The eyelashes.
The eyelashes. She had some fucking great eyelashes.
But
They-
she took them off. Like, she had them on when she was operating because you got lots of side views of
You
these
did.
giant eyelashes, and then they were gone.
Yeah, Madame Butterfly, quite a good
Yeah,
opera.
I'm pretty sure when you operate on someone, you don't ask, give me track 9. Yeah, that's perfect.
I don't know, I
That's
think you
fantastic.
can.
What's Madame Butterfly?
But Madame Butterfly is like an opera,
It's
but
an opera.
it's also a musical as well.
Oh yeah, I've been in a lot of.
Your parents are opera fans, aren't they?
Yeah,
Could
they'll
they
know.
not?
I'm sure, but I didn't know to ask the question.
I confused Madame Butterfly for Miss Saigon, which is a musical.
Oh, as we all do, darling.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Madame Butterfly.
You pretentious
the
twat.
opera, the musical, the book, and the podcast.
They were like, well, no one will relate to the Time Lord, so let's let them relate to the human character who loves the opera. And most of our watchers love the opera. They are rich enough to afford a season pass to the opera.
Yeah. Look, they did. They made the companion that, they just went into the cookie cutter. She's a successful woman, but
But I love the boyfriend where it's like he's like so sick of her saving lives. Like, oh my god, I can't believe you're saving lives again. I'm gonna move out. Like, fuck you for saving lives. I'm an investment banker and I fucking hate lives.
Lives schmives, I
Lives
say.
are shit to me.
It's only poor people dying.
And she's like, oh my god, I can't believe Brian moved out. We only moved in together. So anyway, I'm gonna make out with this random guy I met.
Well, she's on the rebound. But yes, so it's all such it's like a cookie cutter.
She's like, he's crazy. Make out, yes please. And then he's like, oh, he's also crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It was shit. It was shit. I didn't enjoy anything. I don't give a fuck about the Eye of Harmony. And I don't give a fuck about Grace or Lee either, so there you go.
I want to know why Lee was getting shot at the beginning.
I want to know what the fuck Lee
Because of
was
his
doing.
perm.
Oh,
His dreadful
they were
perm.
hairdressers.
Yeah.
They're like, he didn't pay!
How dare you leave before we finish your perm?
You haven't used a curling mousse, you asshole.
I love where the car chases him. He jumps into the alley. He's like, no, I'm totally fine. And then they're like, we're already here. And it's like, have you been waiting here for hours? Like, what the fuck? You're like, yeah, we've been waiting for hours. We expect you to come. We've got guys in alleys all over the city waiting
We're
for
the
you.
Bucks boys. We can go alleyways and hide behind the Bucks 8 hours in advance. Just in case. The Bucks boys.
Hundreds of us.
And I always like the trope
They
in
suck.
alleyways
Oh, yeah.
of the like steam and smoke.
Oh,
There's always
yeah.
steam and smoke billowing out of alleyways.
Terminator.
Like, it's very.
And they were all really bad shots.
All his friends get killed, and he's like, I better look after this old guy and see what this old guy's
Did
got.
you notice there was a feather pillow in that alleyway when the guns, like the semi-automatics, were going off? That a pillow got like a scatter cushion full of duck down got shot and feathers flew
Oh
everywhere.
no, that duck! What happened to that duck?
Well, Chris had just, finger gunned it.
Chris had already jumped.
He's like,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
boom, and I'm like,
How you
"Oh,
doing?"
it's so expensive."
Yeah.
I accidentally stopped the duck in its tracks by how you going, and it got shot. I was like, oh no.
Oh shit!
Oh no, I did
Get out of
that.
here! Oh.
My coolness. Oh no.
I feel a bit shit now.
I'm a terrible human.
But all the tropes that you could think of were there. It was just so...
I love the idea that
eloquent.
Chang Li's like, well, I'm glad I came back from death, and he's walking out and he's like, oh, but I'm still being chased by gangsters. Oh, fuck. Ah!
Yeah, and then how did the master get in the TARDIS in the first place?
Oh my god. That is the weirdest thing, where Chang Li's like, well, I can't figure out how to get in the TARDIS, and the master's like, no, I'm already here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck. How the fuck did you get
How
here?
did I mean, it's not like the Doctor hands keys out to everybody, is it?
Because the doctor later on was like, I don't have a key. I have no way of getting in. But meanwhile, the master has every way of getting in.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't make any sense. Then he's got a stupid key stuck up the top. I could probably live with that. But the master getting in there?
When did remember when one of the Austin Powers movies came out and Gold member or whoever was going to hold he was holding the world to ransom, and it's like $1 million, and everyone laughed.
Yeah.
In this movie,
Yeah.
I wonder what the time, like, when did that come out versus when this came out? Because he's like, if you could have anything in the world, would you have $1 million? And it's like, oh, was that supposed to be funny?
See, you got so Dr. Evil's the bad guy, and the reason I found that funny is because Gold Member had a safe, and the key to the safe was his dick, and I thought that's what you were bringing up about the master having a dick key or something.
Well-
but then you just got the characters wrong.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I feel like such a boob,
Austin
Chris.
Powers came out in 97, so a year after this.
Ah.
So this was before
But I did
that.
I've watched all these movies in like the last month. I've had a big 90s binge.
Austin
Yeah.
Powers. Wow. I haven't watched that movie since it was
Were you
Yeah,
nude
it
in the
does not
toilet
hold
when
up,
you were
like-
watching
Of course
this?
not.
If they wrote Austin Powers, and released it this year, there'd be riots. If they're like, followed by the Nutty Professor. Remember when? Yeah.
The movie where the who is it? The guy and his skin flakes off, and he's just like
That's Gold Member.
that's just
That's
gross.
Gold Member.
I've done. Have you ever heard of Milky Foot? The Milky Foot.
Oh, yeah.
treatment.
Yeah.
The Milky
I have.
Foot kid.
The
he used to come on and he's like, Milky Bars are on me.
I did this.
So I have Milky Foot.
He's the
No.
Milky Bar Kid's ugly cousin, and he's like, "I want some foot."
Hey,
Like,
the Milky Foots are on me. It's
Oh,
like,
just-
I think I want that, but can I see what it is first?
Stop stomping my glass, man.
Stop stumping my balls. Like, the Milky Glass are on me.
Milky Foot is something to get your feet smooth, right?
So it's a beauty treatment that you put these little like boot things on your feet, and then about 3 days later, all the skin peels off your feet.
Oh.
Oh, it's hideous because you put it on. I put it on the other day, took it off, and I thought it happened in 3 days. Like everything happened in 3 days.
No.
Nothing happened. I thought, oh, it must have been broken. And then yesterday I woke up and I'm strolling around the house and I'm like, there's shit on the floor. And I'm looking and there's bits of me falling off all over the floor.
Do I have leprosy?
It's syphilis?
Hansel and Gretel love that shit. They put that boot on and they were like, I can find my way through
Well, I
anything.
felt like gold member.
Well, I want to feel
Gold
you.
member.
Well, he ate his skin flakes. Did you? Did you ever? Oh no!
I want
You got a
to
pancake
feel
with
your
this, yeah.
feet after this.
Well, there's silky smooth.
I've not watched those movies in forever.
Yeah, so long.
Wow.
It's nothing worse when you go back and you think, that was so funny, and you want to go, fuck, that's not like Animal House or
Well, because Austin Powers is just sexist the whole way through.
Yeah, of course.
But back in '99, you're like, oh, that was funny. But now you watch that, you're like, oh, that would not survive today. So much has happened.
I remember for the time it being kind of okay because he's like, oh yeah, if she's not into it, then don't be into it. And I was like, oh, that's really actually quite progressive for the time.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched them since then. But it's like it could still be very sick. But obviously, fat bastards are like, oh, I'm so fat. That's what makes me funny. Everybody laughs because I'm fat. And everyone's like, bah ha ha ha, he's so fat.
I know you're going to be a bit careful there. I'm telling you.
Because you're fat.
Yeah, because
You're the fattest of us
I'm
all.
not fat. I'm big boned.
I'm big bone. But anyway.
You are delicious.
I don't know what I was talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
My parents always used to say that about
Are
one
they
of their
fat?
cats. No,
Oh.
they're not fat at all, but we
Okay.
had a cat and she was gigantic. And Mum would always go, oh, she's just got lots of fur. And I went, she's a fat bitch. Is
Yeah.
what she is.
Well, when I was growing up, everyone was like, no, you're so skinny, you should eat more, you should eat more, you should eat more. So I fucking did. And fuck those people. Fuck those people right off. Because this is my third or fourth diet, and fuck those people.
And you look fabulous.
He
Thank
does,
you very much.
actually.
Thank you very
You
much.
do.
But fuck those people. Otherwise, I'd still be 70 kilograms like I fucking was.
And I thought Adam was here the other day, and Dave and I said to Dave, "Oh, he's gotten so thin." And Dave goes, "He looks like a boy."
Well, that's because I stood at the door and I like flexed and I was like, hi, I'm here to collect some stuff. And Dave was like, oh, I need to get a...
He looks like a boy.
And so I was like, okay, let's get drunk so I can put on 2 kilograms. Everybody, let's do this.
You can get rid of it easy.
All right. Was that you?
No, was that you? No! Nicchia, that was disgusting.
Fuck off.
You kid.
Fucking was not me. And I fucking.
Was there anything else we want to mention? The atomic clock?
Oh, it was so easy to get the little chip.
Yeah.
They walked up, there was a security guy who's like, show us in your hand, he had a jelly baby.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, no stakes, like I said.
You're right.
They just walked in, walked out.
Seriously, it's an hour and a half movie, and I think a third of it is setting the movie up.
Yeah.
Half of it is like, okay, we need to, what do we need to get to? And the other half is like, I'm the master.
Yeah.
I'm flailing my hands around.
I did like his outfit though.
Well, I did, and I.
It was like camp vampire.
Well,
Yeah.
his outfit did look ostentatious, but compared to
Terminator.
the normal Gallifreyan robes, it was actually quite muted.
It was. Normally the collars are higher and the hats are sillier.
It's like they looked at the collars and they were like, that's fucked. Let's tone that shit down.
But I know they were trying to bring something in there when he came down in his big fucking roby thing, but it just, they had too much going on, no stakes, as you said, Chris. I couldn't have given a shit, really.
It's like hardly anything happened because there's literally the Doctor and the Master are fighting each other and they're going into the TARDIS. They're fighting. There's like no Cybermen. There's like no Daleks. There's like no alien creatures.
No, and the Eye of Harmony's like open and close.
It kind
open
of
and
makes
close.
sense when you realize like this was the opening for a new series of Doctor Who. But when you look at it as a movie, there was like, well, this series never fucking happened because no one watched it. It's like it's an hour and a half of nothing.
Yeah,
That's right.
it is. I was. There's no tension. Nothing. So I think
I thought there was tension with the tear when she had that tear at the opera. It was like, is that going to fall? Is it going to dry? Is it going to flick off?
Well, I was worried she wouldn't get it off later.
And the Oscar for Best Acting is Tear.
Is the tear?
His tears like, hi, I'm Salt.
I'm a plastic tear.
I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to work. Just didn't.
I'd love it. Like one of you mentioned earlier about a trailer. What could you possibly put in the trailer?
Oh, you could put the eye of harmony on it.
Open, close. People would have thought it was a porn. It would have been like a giant vagina without a clitoris, just opening and closing with dry leaves blowing around it.
Close.
So
Open, close.
Can I ask
Mind you,
Nicchia,
that's what they do.
You watched it when it first came out.
I did.
What did you think?
At the time,
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. I liked Paul McGann. I thought he was good. I wasn't overly fussed on the companion, but I couldn't have given a shit really. I just wanted it to come back on. But I just thought, no, they missed the mark. It wasn't even a standard, bog standard Doctor Who episode. It just was, you're right, no stakes, couldn't have cared less. The whole time I remember watching it going, it'll get better, and it just didn't. So, yes, having watched it at the time, so excited, Doctor Who, and yeah.
Was that the how many times you watched it now?
46.
No.
46. I bought all the merchandise. I did it.
Every year I watch it religiously.
I'm wearing velour.
This is actually the third time I've watched that.
So you had to watch it for
I watched it normally.
research, and then you watched it with us?
No, I watched it.
No, we've actually watched it before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I watched it when it came out in 1996.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you were 10.
Yeah, about that. And then I ate. And then and then I watched it probably 2 to 3 years ago because I wanted to have a look at it. And then I watched it tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, so I watched it a couple of years ago when I was, that's how I got the description of like, is it the most 90s thing that ever 90s? Because, it's insane. Like, it's crazy. It's just so weird,
Trying to find something good about it outside of Paul McGann.
I get ideas, but the whole thing, like, let me say, the idea that in this movie that they say the Doctor is half human.
Wrong.
Is insane. It's so weird. Like, you have to know the backstory of how the movie came to be. And like Beck said, how is new people going to be like, I am totally into this? You look at Rose, and, we looked at Rose, and Rose was not the perfect episode, but at least it was perfect to try and get people in.
Yeah.
This episode, this movie is not the perfect episode to get people in because you have to have previous knowledge for the fuck this guy is. He's regenerating into someone new.
Was
so
Rose the first of the Chris Eccleston?
Yeah, Chris Eccleston. That was the first episode.
Yeah.
We showed that to Sam Bowden, and he was like, "Ma, fuck this." But it's like
Adam is, of course,
is he a Doctor Who fan?
No, he's not. No.
So he still wasn't like, nope, not for me.
He was basically no, not for me. But at least in that episode, they tried to add some mystery to be like, oh, who's the Doctor? Whereas this episode is like, boom, info dump.
Yeah.
Info dump.
Yeah. Didn't work.
So.
Didn't work.
Beck.
It didn't work. What were you thinking?
I thought if this movie was supposed to be a gateway drug for people into Doctor Who that knew nothing about it, then it failed dismally. Mm-hmm. God, at the very least, give me a boob, give me a tongue kiss, give me,
an
something.
open mouth kiss. Give me a story that
I'll give you one right now. If you were trying to entice people in, you failed dismally because you didn't bring any of the tropes that were Doctor Who. I wonder about the people that made it. How much of Doctor Who did they watch in order to bring it forward? It's like, they made The Office was an English show and then they tried to make it in America, and it was actually the American version is very good. They tried to make Kath and Kim as an American show, and it failed dismally because it's like the specificity of the content just missed the mark. And I think it was just, aside, as I've said before, from the velour jacket, the contact lenses, the mush mouth kiss. What else did I like? I liked her eyelashes in one of those scenes. Oh, I did like the fact that she had that very complicated microscope in her home for when she finishes work and she races home to that big fat TV.
We all have that work microscope, all right?
And she just comes home and she looks at just, random skin cells or bacteria or something as she's relaxing on a
time
slide.
to relax with a bunch of skin cells, am I right?
There is nothing I like
So
more.
you guys don't do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Oh, good.
Oh, I
good.
do, baby.
After you did your Milky Foot, look at this.
After I've shed half
me
my
check
foot
out that Milky
around the
Foot.
room. And look, if nothing else tonight, I will be going home and I will be just
good.
getting
That's good that you'll be
totally
going
topless.
home.
I'll be going home and and then B, I'll be getting topless and going to the toilet. And
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
C, I'll be wearing a pair of sunglasses and I'll be finger gunning like whatever comes my way.
You've become so much cooler.
And your family will kick you out of the house.
Thank
and
you. Screw them.
Chris, what did you think of the movie?
Oh gosh, I thought he was just downing the last of his blue drink, but that's long gone, listeners.
That's gone.
Now we're on to what appears to be a urine sample.
I peed under the table. I'm like, well.
Yeah. Bottoms up.
You know how with LSD, where like if you urinate, you can get more of it out of that. So that's what you do with beer. Yeah.
I just like that you recycle.
I thought the movie was pretty bad. It didn't make sense. Like, just little things, like even the surgery scene wasn't a proper surgery scene. It was like a bit lame. No stakes. Everything happened. Like, go this way. I don't want to go this way. Go this way. All right, I'll go that way. You know what I mean? There was nothing.
Yep.
There was nothing particularly interesting. They got in places and didn't show you how.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened. They didn't like. Why is that guy at the beginning running from this gang? You know, and then at the end he gets gold dust and he just walks off into the. You're like, what? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense to me.
What's he going to do with that? Is he taking it to cash converters?
That's right.
Where's
But
he going
that's
with
true.
it?
What's he doing running from this gang?
Yeah.
What's the whole fucking gang
We
story?
never get that.
No, it's
At the end, it's
perm.
like, well, that's all sorted.
perm.
It's like, no, there's probably hundreds of members of the gang who are still after him.
So yeah, and how does the liquid master escape from the little chest and complicate things? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And the other thing I loved is which was terrible, was when the world was meant to be ending. They shot shots of the party as if that was the stakes. Like, oh no,
like the
this
coolest
shitty party's going to end and everyone's going to die.
Will going to die? Oh,
And the
not
stupid
him.
morgue guy was like 10. Oh no one cares if you die, man.
You take that back. That was not a shitty party. That was the most awesome party with people in like
It's just a dude
little
at home
hats
joking, being
and-
like 10, 9, 8, like, oh, fuck that guy.
People waiting for a clock. It's the clock party.
Oh, that huge party where it's like we're about to change the way you look at time. It's
Yeah.
like nothing gets me moister
Oh,
than thinking about
me-
new ways to look at time
too.
at New Year's Eve.
As
I
we
give
say.
it 1 TARDIS out of 10 TARDISes.
Oh.
And I only give it 1 TARDIS because they were like, we have a traffic jam. What caused the traffic jam?
Chicken.
A chuck of chickens. Yes. That's what they did. And I'm like,
Alright.
that's creative. That's pretty. That's out there
Nicchia,
thinking.
Nicchia out of 5, what would you like to give this
Hang on,
episode?
I just want to... Would you have finger gunned every one of those chickens? I want to know.
I would have, and I would have done it better than anyone could have.
Those lucky chickens.
It gets...
I would have pooed naked next to the highway. Hey, fellas.
While thinking gunning.
Yeah.
Like, let me get my shirt off. Also, bam, 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 bam.
I'll shoot myself. That's how I'll shoot
I'll
myself.
shoot my guns with finger guns. Like,
Hey.
okay.
Hey.
Would you like my review?
Yes, please.
I will give it 1 as well. 1 for Paul McGann, and that's it. The rest of it can fuck off.
Beck?
I'm going to be controversial here.
5? You're giving it 5 out
Give
of
it
5?
straight 5.
Best movie I've
It
ever
was your
seen.
favourite movie of all time.
One of my favourite podcasts that I listen to.
D4WH.
I thought that would be
aside
neighbourhood
from
watching.
Neighbourhood Watching and D4WH is an American podcast called How Did This Get Made?
Oh, yes.
And they review shitty movies. And I think, and you have to be a truly good shitty movie to know that you're not shitty and to try and be sincere. And I thought it was a really good
Yes,
movie,
of
but it
course
was
they did.
really shitty.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it 3 stars because I think you should watch it to see how truly dreadful it is. And that's why.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
That's a big 3.
I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like it is very sincere, but also it's totally fucked. Because there's a bunch of people being like, no, let's shove a bunch of shit in there. It's just like a bunch of people
It's
who are like,
confused.
That was
so
their-
confused.
That was on their motherhood statement for the movie was, what do we do?
Let's be
just shove a bunch of
confused.
shit in here.
Paul McGann is great.
Yes.
It's funny to talk about, but it's not a great movie by any standards. It's just insane. Anyway.
It just shows why it took another decade to get Doctor Who on television.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this series going to print being like, let's do a whole series of this? Like, oh.
Sitting around after the movie going, so how do you think that went? Everyone going, I think
I
it
think
went
that's
really
going to make us
well.
$1 million.
It's
I think
terrific. It
that's
was
gonna be
awesome.
amazing.
I'd say it's all going to be go
Go from here any minute now.
You're right.
Tick, tick,
It
tick.
is very
9 years
sincere.
later.
It is a sincere effort that they,
I reckon the editing team was like, how do we make this good?
Let's edit that.
Well, I quit. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, this is the blooper footage?
Yeah. When do we get the actual footage? This is the actual footage? I quit. I 100% quit.
And then they come in and go, oh, hey, Chris, when you're editing that, can you just pop together a trailer too for our cinema release? If you could just get that out to us soon, that'd be
Chris
great.
quit? Chris got 100% quit and
Yeah,
he killed
he's-
himself? That's
he's
weird.
finger
That's
gunned,
weird.
his
It's me.
glasses,
This is the
he's nuded
trailer.
up.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
Coming this summer. How you doing?
Hey, this movie is
It's
not
the
going to suck.
Boulevard Walker. What's going
This
on?
movie is not going
how
to
you
suck.
doing?
Hey,
little
this movie
ducky.
is it.
Hey, yeah. Oh, little squirrel.
It's just you finger gunning and the movie's in the reflection of your sexy
But he
sunny.
finger guns the wrong person. Hey, how you doing? And he regrets it for real.
And then
The
chickens.
finger gun man.
And then the chickens. That's it.
All right, Chris, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, okay. I'm doing a show at the Anyway Festival called The Big Boys of Brisbane Comedy. Look up the Anyway Festival website. It's a comedy show with me, Nicchia, MJ Wong. It's going to be very funny. Come with that. Obviously, come see any Big Fork shows. We're going to the end of May, and then we're having a month or so break. And then also I'd like to plug my girlfriend Jo Taylor Edwards. She's doing Hog Wild at the Anyway Festival, so go see that.
Ooh, Nicchia,
And she's very
anything
funny.
you'd like to plug?
Our podcast.
Oh, I would like to plug our podcast, Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick. I was just editing today. Don't burp while I'm talking to you.
Sorry. Stop
it.
It actually wasn't me. It was Adam. He's a pig.
What?
Oh, that's number 3 blue drink down the hatch.
I like to plug my ears. When
It's
I'm listening
done.
to
Fucking
Adam.
done. Number blue. Down the fucking hatch, bitch.
That's about all. Oi.
Beck, do you have anything?
Hang on, I'm not finished.
Hey, Beck, do you have anything?
I'm not finished.
Okay, I keep plugging.
No, I'm finished now.
All right, Beck, do you have anything you want to plug?
I'd like to plug what she plugged. Neighbourhood Watching. Awesome episode about dick and balls.
It is actually. I quite enjoyed. Really.
Do you talk about the scrotum lighter?
We no, but this is a new thing available to us that will be for the
Yeah.
next one. It is. It's actually a fabulous episode. They all are.
Hooray! Oh, I'd like to also plug on Friday nights. You can catch me on the Cool's Boulevard. Hey, how you doing? If you want to come and get a good,
You want to
finger
get
gun.
finger gunned?
How you doing?
I
Hey.
can't recommend anyone hire.
Hey, you can catch me
Enough.
on video.
Kinda sounds rude, but it's not.
Oh, new
What?
closer?
Yeah.
New podcast closer?
Get the word out. Next time,
Yeah.
keep searching the skies for the doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You can catch the hosts on Facebook at Nicchia Shoot Comedy and Adam O'Sullivan Comedian. D4WH is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. The podcast is available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher and many more. Nicchia also hosts Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick, looking at the weird and wacky neighbours just over the back fence. Available where all podcasts are. Adam regularly works with Big Fork Theatre in Brisbane. You can find him in some of the online shows on the Big Fork YouTube channel and also has sketches in the Get It In Ya podcast. If you enjoyed D4WH, please consider jumping onto our Patreon and donating. We release episodes early and for as little as $5 a month, we release mini episodes in between our normal episodes. D4WH is part of the Nerd Infinite, which can be found at thenerdinfinite.com.
This has been a production of the Nerd Infinite. And then the sound of dragons spitting fire and stuff. What? Why are you looking at me like that?